Prabhuji,
So
I'm driving, so I may not be able to talk.
8.12 we are having Bhagavad Gita. So this is chapter 10 in the Supreme, and 8.12 we are going to have. So let's read this verse. We will have the verse discussion. This verse is Sarvadvarani Sanyamya Manohriddhi Niruddhya cha Mudhyadhyayatmana Pranam Astito Yogadharanam. Okay, so translation: the yogic situation is that of detachment from all sensual engagements, closing all the doors of the senses and fixing the mind on the heart and the life air at the top of the head. One establishes himself in yoga. Purport: to practice yoga as suggested here, one first has to close the doors of all sense enjoyment. This practice is called pratyahara, or withdrawing the senses from the sense objects. The sense organs for acquiring knowledge, the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and touch, should be fully controlled and should not be allowed to engage in some self-gratification. In this way, the mind focuses on the super soul in the heart, and the life force is raised to the top of the head. The 6th chapter of this process is described in detail. But as mentioned before, this practice is not practical in this age. The best process is Krishna consciousness. If one is always able to fix his mind on Krishna in devotional service, it is very easy for him to remain in an undisturbed transcendental trance or in samadhi. Yes. So any reflection? So pratyahar means withdrawing the senses from sense objects. And that's the yoga. Yoga indriya sanyamya, Prabhupada says. And first has to close the door of all sense enjoyment. So in bhakti yoga also we need pratyahar. That means we also should withdraw. Tani samyami. What is that? Tani sarvani indriyani yukta asibha. How to start? Tani samyani indriyani yukta. Okay. Second chapter actually. 2.50. तानि सर्वाणि संयम्य युक्त आसीत मत्परः वशे हि यस्येन्द्रियाणि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठितः तानि सर्वाणि संयम युक्त आसीत मत्परः. One is to restrain his senses, keeping them under full control, see, and fixes his consciousness upon me, is known as a man of steady intelligence. He's saying also that. So that means senses are required to be monitored or controlled. It's important. So this is pratyahar, withdrawing the senses. But our process is not just pratyahar. Our process is to engage them also possibly. So sense organs, all, especially knowledge acquiring sense organs, knowledge acquiring senses, and also karma indriyas. Everything should be engaged in Krishna service. So the or everything is meant for Krishna service only. So otherwise it should not be used. So knowledge acquiring senses, the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and touch should be fully controlled and should not be allowed to engage in self gratification. That means it should be engaged in service of the Lord. So in the yoga practice, like Chatta Chakra yoga, that so much of emphasis is there on just controlling the senses, not allowing it to go in some gratification direction. In Bhakti Yoga, we have that emphasis also, but our emphasis is more on engaging the senses positively in Krishna's service. The 6th chapter of this process is described in detail, but as mentioned before, this practice is not practical in this age. So the best process is Krishna consciousness. So when he's able to fix his mind on Krishna, that's an easy way to actually have real mind and sense control. Just imagine, like when you have kirtan going on, when you have lecture hearing, you can see that how then you are very focused, right? That time, there is no question of sense gratification much, right? What do you think, Arya Prabhu? Sometimes we have 3 hours of Ramayana, right? So what is your experience usually? So 3 hours, you have not much option for much sensory, some much sense gratification, because you get just hearing. What do you have? You have any experience? Are you correct? But if you
Hare Krishna. Yeah, yeah. When you start the Ramayana class, I think that it's just very easy to get absorbed, and once you're absorbed, it's very easy to stay there.
yeah. So, but imagine, let's say you are told just sit 3 hours, you have to only think of Krishna, nothing else, huh? No Maya. If you're just told like that, you sit 3 hours and I have to not think of Maya, I have to only think of Krishna. How difficult it will be, see? But if you just engage in the process of devotional service, it becomes easy. Just start hearing a lecture, just start, chanting the holy name. Just start getting into some services, which requires your attention of mind and intelligence. So that way you become absorbed. Actually, that's a way to absorb. That's a way for having absorption in Krishna by the process of devotional service. So one has to always fix his mind on Krishna devotional service, because in devotional through the devotional service you can fix your mind on Krishna. And it is very easy for us to remain in undisturbed transcendental trance or in samadhi. So we all need engagement in devotional service. Huh? Then only we can think of Krishna. Then only our mind can be on Krishna. So, Om Atyakshakacharam Brahma Vyavharanusmaran Ya Prayati Tadandeham Sayati Paramam Gatim. Would you like to read, Jagbir Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. After being situated in this yoga practice and vibrating this scared syllable Om, Om, the supreme combination of letters, if one thinks of the supreme personality of Godhead and quits his body, he will certainly reach the spiritual planet.
Purport?
Purport. It is clearly stated here that Om, Brahman, and Lord Krishna are not different. The impersonal sound of Krishna is Om, but the sound Hare Krishna contains Om. The chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra is clearly recommended for this age. So if one quits his body at the end of life chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
नहीं
Rama
प्रभु,
Rama,
आपका हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र आप
Hare,
कैसे पढ़ रहे हो?
Hare
हरे
Krishna, Hare
कृष्णा
Krishna, Krishna
कृष्णा
Krishna, Hare
कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे. This is the exact mantra, Prabhu.
Hare.
Say
जी
again,
प्रभु जी एक्चुअली डबल
Prabhu.
रीडिंग हो गया.
You again chant
Hare
the
Krishna,
Mahamantra.
Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Okay, you know it.
Uh,
Go ahead.
जी प्रभु जी डबल रीडिंग हो गया था.
Sorry?
He certainly डबल रीडिंग हो गया था हरे कृष्णा 4 टाइम प्रिंटिंग में रीडिंग हो गया था.
No problem.
He certainly reaches one of the spiritual planets according to the mode of his practice. The devotees of Krishna enter the Krishna planet, Goloka Vrindavan. For the personalist, there are also innumerable other planets known as Vaikuntha planets in the spiritual sky, whereas the impersonalist remain in the Brahma Yoti.
Yeah. So, Omkara contains Hare Krishna Mahamantra as well. So, when you're chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you're already having the benefit of chanting Om and much more than that. So, when I was in my, I think, just first year completed, and then we went to Kharagpur, the one devotee was showing very nice, giving us nice understanding of how to understand it. So, I was saying that, say, Gayatri Mantra and then Hare Krishna Mantra. Hare Krishna Mantra, he made a bigger circle. Gayatri Mantra, he made a smaller circle. And he said that when you chant Gayatri Mantra, then you need certain qualification. So from there, and then you can go up to certain height of advancement. But Hare Krishna Mantra can be chanted from the lowest of the consciousness. Somebody can chant without having any previous much qualification or much anything, any purity standard or qualification. And then he can chant and he can go even above than what one gets benefit of chanting Gayatri Mantra also. When nicely explained. Same way, Omkar is an impersonal representation of the Lord. But actually, Omkar and Hare Krishna Mantra is not different in one sense. If somebody has the personal conception of the Lord, when he chants Om, he thinks of Krishna. So as far as saying, when you're chanting Omkar, and you think of the Supreme Lord, then you can reach the spiritual planet, right? But somebody may be chanting Omkar, but he's not having a personal conception of the Lord. then he may not get elevated to the kingdom of the Lord. So it depends also what the conception of the person when he chanting the sound of Hare, so Omkar. So it's an impersonal sound of the Lord is Omkar. So, but Hare Krishna Mahamantra has Omkar in it. That's what Prabhupada is saying here. So when we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, it's a Yugala mantra, very, very powerful. So when somebody has the right conception of Krishna being the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and Radharani to be his internal potency, the Supreme Goddess of fortune. So when understand they are my worshipable worshipable deities and the real shelter of my existence. So when with that personal conception, when chants Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one can reach to Goloka Vrindavan. And he's saying for pursuing there are innumerable other planets also, Vaikuntha planets. So depending upon one's attachment to particular deity, one may enter in that particular spiritual planet also, like that. So that's why Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya, those who come, so usually you can see that the emphasis is on worshipping Krishna, and as the devotees are attracted to Lord Krishna, so they may enter Golok Vrindavan, like that. But there may be devotees who may be coming to ISKCON and they may be, taking shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Shivaram Maharaj writes in Shuddha Bhakti Chintamani that, as they advance, then they have that option. Lord, they are attracted to a particular form of the Lord. They may, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu may help them also to, go to that particular deity that way, because Mahaprabhu is sheltered for all those devotees, and Mahaprabhu will help to take them. Like Murari Gupta is a very classic example. Murari Gupta was a devotee of Lord Rama, though he was also a devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like that. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by taking shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one can get delivered from this bondage of material existence and can also attain the perfection of life, entering into Vaikuntha planets. But especially because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to give the Vraja Bhakti, that is Anarpita Charim Chirat Karanaya Avatrina Kalo, Samarpayata Munnato Jwala Rasam Subhakti Shriyam Haripurta Sundara Vitikandam Sandipitai Sada Hridaya Kandares Prativa Shachinandana. So he's coming to give us the Vraja Bhakti in Madhuri Dham, that is Golok Vrindavan. Yeah, but yes, if any particular living entity, may want, they have some special attraction for any other form of the Lord, that also Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can help. That way, Mahaprabhu can deliver him to that particular spiritual planet, the particular to that particular, in the shelter of that particular deity, which is not different from Krishna also. But yes, but what we are getting is the Madhuri Bhakti, in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to give us that. So that's why devotees, those who take, those coming in Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya, they aspire to go to Golok Vrindavan. So they are wanting to attain Vraja Bhakti. This is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to award us. Ananyacheta satatam yo mam smrati nityashah tasyaham dullabha partha nityayuktasya yoginaha. Arya, would you like to read?
Sure, Prabhu. For one who always remembers me without deviation, I am easy to obtain, O son of Pratap, because his constant engagement in devotional service. Purport. This verse especially describes the final destination attained by the unalloyed devotees who serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead in Bhakti Yoga. Previous verses have mentioned four different kinds of devotees: the distressed, the inquisitive, those who seek material gain, and the speculative philosophers. Different processes of liberation have also been described: karma yoga, jnana yoga, hatha yoga. The principles of these yoga systems have some bhakti added, but this verse particularly mentions pure bhakti yoga, without any mixture of jnana, karma, or hatha. As indicated by the word ananyacheta, in pure bhakti, the devotee desires nothing but Krishna. A pure devotee does not desire promotion to heavenly planets, nor does he seek oneness with the Brahmajyoti or salvation or liberation from material entanglement. A pure devotee does not desire anything. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, the pure devotee is called Nishkama, which means he has no desire for self-interest. Perfect peace belongs to him only alone, not to them who strive for personal gain. Whereas a jnana yogi, karma yogi, or hatha yogi has his own selfish interests. A perfect devotee has no desire other than to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, the Lord says that anyone who is unflinchingly devoted to him he is easy to attain. A pure devotee always engages in devotional service to Krishna as one of his various personal features. Krishna has various plenary expansions and incarnations, such as Rama and Narsimha, and the devotee can choose to fix his mind in loving service to any of these transcendental forms of the Supreme Lord. Such a devotee meets with none of the problems that plague the practitioners of the other yogas. Bhakti yoga is very simple and pure and easy to perform.
See,
One can
Bhakti Yoga is
speak.
very simple. Bhakti Yoga is simple. You see how, let's say you're sitting in the car. If you want to perform Bhakti Yoga, what you can do? Simply take the bead bag, start chanting. Or you can simply put on the lecture and keep hearing, right? Bhakti Yoga is easily performed. Or you can just simply pray. Even suppose you're sitting with your colleagues and implies you can't chant, you cannot play lecture, amidst all of them. Simply you just close your eyes and pray to the Lord. Oh Lord, please engage me in your loving devotion service. Let me offer my life to you. Just simply offer such babyish prayer. You are actually engaging in devotion service. Now with the bhakti you are performing. Vandanam. Vandanam is a prayer. So who can stop you to offer prayer? Even while you're walking on the road or you're in the car. So bhakti yoga is so easy. Anyone can perform that. Any Tom, Dick, and Harry can perform it. It just requires faith. It just requires that orientation of the heart, that attitude to serve the Lord, some little attitude to serve the Lord. You can just pray. You can just offer a flower. You can just chant Hare Krishna. You can just hear a lecture. You can just with the mood of surrender, do some service. So it becomes easy. Bhakti yoga becomes so easy. Correct. But any other path, let's say you are sitting in the car going in the traffic, and so now perform Ashtanga yoga. How will you do that? Because you need a quiet place. Traffic jam, the pop people going on. And where is the sacred place and where is Asana Pranayam? How will you do all that? So it becomes very difficult. Bhakti yoga is very easy to perform. Very simple, pure, and easy to perform. It's amazing, no? Bhakti yoga. Yes, go ahead. One can.
One can begin simply by chanting Hare Krishna. The Lord is merciful to all, but because we have already explained, he is especially inclined towards those who always serve him without deviation. The Lord helps such devotees in various ways, as stated in the Vedas, Katha Upanishad, Yam eva syavrinutu tena labhyas. Tas- Tasyaisa atma virnute tanum svam. One who is fully surrendered and engaged in the devotional service of the Supreme Lord can understand the Supreme Lord as he is. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 10:10, Dadami buddhi yogam tam. The Lord gives such a devotee sufficient intelligence so that ultimately the devotee can attain him in his spiritual kingdom.
Yeah, so you can see we are performing devotional services. So all of us are chanting, all of us visit temple sometimes, all of us do some reading, we hear some lectures, we do all that, right? So when we are doing it, one important thing is that we can just um, do that more mindfully. That's the only thing. It's easy, Bhakti Yoga to begin to do the process is very easy, but we can get more benefited if we could just do it mindfully, meaning just be present with your mind, that and be mindful of what's going on. There's the glorification of the Lord going on. Chanting is the glorification of the Lord. What is the meaning of the mantra? I'm praying to the Lord, please engage me in loving devotion when I'm chanting Hare Krishna. And when you're serving, just being mindful that it is service to the Supreme Lord. It's not some ordinary activity what I'm doing. I'm taking the darshan of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. My life is blessed. Just by having the mere glance of the Supreme Lord, my life is auspicious. So having this kind of thoughts are very important. Like once Radhesham was saying that he was circulating Tulsi Parikrama he was doing. So there, no, sorry, he was giving the water, to washing hand like this. And then people can pour water on the Tulsi Marani. So he was saying, when he was pouring water on the hands of Vaishnava, then he was thinking, oh, these hands are very auspicious hands of the Vaishnavas because these hands are engaging in the service of the Lord. So they are not ordinary hands. They are the hands of the Vaishnavas. They're very auspicious because they're being engaging in service of the Lord. Like that he thought, So see, it's a very noble thought like this. Otherwise, we may be doing some activity, just mindlessly may be going on. So Bhakti Yoga, just we have to first thing is to engage, in devotional process. Second thing is to just be mindful also. Bring your mind there and be mindful what's going on, being aware, and then try to put your heart as well, do it more heartily. Offer is every process Bhakti Yoga is an act of surrender. So try to offer your heart as much as possible. So just little being more aware and watchful and little more conscious, they can actually enhance the quality of our bhakti yoga. But anyway, we keep engaging. But I'm just telling an extra, point that how one can be a bit conscious of what's going on. They say, before becoming Krishna conscious, we have to become conscious. So conscious means being goodness. So some kind of goodness is good to know what's going on, being aware, and understanding the potency of what I'm doing. And then we can put our mind and heart better, that way. Yeah, go ahead, Prabhu.
The special qualification of the pure devotee is that he always thinks of Krishna, is always thinking of Krishna without deviation and without considering time or place. There should be no impediments. He should be able to carry out his service anywhere and any time. Some say that the devotee should remain in holy places like Vrindavan or some holy town where the Lord lived. But a pure devotee can live anywhere and create atmosphere of Vrindavan by his devotional service. It was Sri Advaita who told Lord Chaitanya, "Wherever you are, O Lord, there is Vrindavan."
Read this. Srinivasa Prabhu, can you read? Last paragraph.
As indicated by the words, second page, make it big. As indicated by the words Satatam and Nityashaha, which means always, regularly, or every day, a pure devotee constantly remembers Krishna and meditates upon
So
him.
this is very nice. I like this. It says always, regularly, and every day. So always is like, every moment, correct?
Right.
Okay, you may not be of that kind of pure Vaishnava, Mahabhagavad devotee always. Okay, regularly do it. Regularly means morning you can do, afternoon you can do, evening you can do. If not, you're not that, able to do that every day. At least daily you should have some fixed hours where you're just with Krishna.
Right.
So are we having some time where we have personal time, sacred time with Krishna and Krishna only? So every day, like that, where we are meditating on the Lord, we are thinking of the Lord, we are worshipping the Lord. One should have at least daily basis some sacred moments, sacred hours, where you are simply engaged in devotional service of the Lord without having any other thoughts. Thoughts means not like there will be some kind of challenge every devotee may face. But what I'm saying is without having any unnecessary other multitasking or getting into some other things. So have a very sacred place, free from other obligations and other activities, and you understand, right? So there should be some kind of personal time with Krishna.
Yes.
We should have. Yeah, go ahead.
These are qualifications of the pure devotee for whom the Lord is most easily attainable.
And when you do that, now, Prabhu, when you do that investment, at least daily basis, it will become regular for you. And you make it regular, it becomes always for you. This is how you progress. To begin with, you have to do daily. Daily, fix the time and do it. Should not miss it. Should not miss it. So that should be the thing. So if you miss, you should heavily miss it. If you miss doing that, you should really miss it. Meaning, you really feel something you have not done. So and you should immediately come back to the track and do it. Do that in devotional service. What you miss. Yes, Prabhu, go ahead.
Bhakti Yoga is the system that the Gita recommends above all others. Generally, the Bhakti yogis are engaged in 5 different ways. Shanta Bhakta, engaged in devotional service in neutrality. Dasya Bhakta, engaged in devotional service as a servant. Sakya Bhakta, engaged as friend. Vatsalya Bhakta, engaged as parent. And Madhurya Bhakta, engaged as conjugal lover of the Supreme Lord. In any of these ways, the pure devotee is constantly engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Supreme Lord and cannot forget the Supreme Lord, and so for him, the Lord is easily attained. A pure devotee cannot forget the Supreme Lord for a moment, and similarly, the Supreme Lord cannot forget his pure devotee for a moment. This is the great blessing of the Krishna conscious process of chanting.
How many feel very much happy if you think somebody whom you adore or whom you really love, they are thinking of you. How many of you feel you feel very secured and sheltered and blessed? I don't know how to explain it. Like, so that somebody is thinking about me at this moment. Like somebody who is your real well-wisher, who loves you and cares for you, is thinking about you. I'll give an example. I was there in Pune temple. So Radheshyam Prabhu came and he told me, he was asking me about my service and something like that. And I was saying, I was thinking about you when I was coming. I felt so blessed. I was saying, oh, Prabhuji was thinking about me. So I was thinking about you. And then he told how you could do some, you can take some project, this you should do something. He was telling me. So that impression is still so fresh in my mind that Prabhuji was thinking about me while he's coming. So can you imagine in this world, who has time to think about anybody? Everybody is thinking about himself only. So now Lord, he actually is thinking about devotees, like right now, always thinking about Srinivasan Prabhu. Oh, Srinivasan Prabhu is so sincere devotee. Yesterday he cooked so wonderfully. He arranged the whole program, though he was so busy with his job whole day. Still, he took out time and he was making chapatis and then there was no thing and he had so much anxiety how to clear off, to manage the car and call the people, host the whole thing. So Lord is actually thinking about Srinivasan. Oh, this person is so much committed. He's doing so wonderfully this devotional service, and it's every month, 2 days. It's not easy. So and he's going to just go ahead, and he has enthusiasm to go on doing it. So Lord, when he sees that, so he's thinking about him, and he also thinks about what he could improve, how Srinivasan too can improve in his devotion service, what good he's doing, what is the scope of improvement, and how can I encourage him? How can I protect him? Lord is thinking like that. No, how I have to protect him. I have to encourage him. I have to enhance his devotion service. What next I could do for him? What way he can become more enthused in Krishna consciousness. This is how Lord is thinking. Can you imagine? If you think in that perspective, how secure you'll feel, right? So sometimes we forget that Lord is working on us. It's important to know that Lord is working on us. Not like He's only thinking about the pure devotee, He's thinking about all of us also. Because we are all aspiring to become pure devotees. So Lord is very much thinking about all of us. He's thinking about other jivas also. Only thing is other jivas are not reciprocating much. So Lord is more fed up with them. These fellows, when they will not turn towards me, He's simply waiting. But for us, He is actively engaged, in trying to facilitate our devotional service. Go ahead.
This is the great blessing of the Krishna conscious process of chanting the Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Surrender unto me.
Surrender unto me is the book name. But what he's saying is that when you chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, it attracts the attention of the Lord. Lord becomes very active in your life. If you want Lord to think about you, you start chanting Hare Krishna. You see, Lord starts thinking about you, how to facilitate his devotion service. Immediately, Lord will think. Because you're calling him, no? So it attracts his attention and he will get engaged. He will, just like if I call somebody, Srinivasan Prabhu, then you come. And then what you will look for? Prabhu, what do you want me to do? Some engagement, some service, what you want. Correct? So same thing, Lord also thinks. Lord is a person, think about it. Now we are calling Lord so that we can engage in devotion service. But Lord also starts thinking, how can I facilitate him now? In his service to me, in his devotion service. So Lord becomes engaged in your facilitation, actually. So that's why, when you chant Hare Krishna, Lord will help you to get association with devotees. Anybody who's chanting Hare Krishna, so will get these benefits, association of devotees. He'll get the knowledge about devotional service, and he will also get freed from the sinful reactions, past sinful reaction, and he'll also, then he can also ascend to Goloka Vrindavan. He will go back to Godhead also, like that. So anybody who chants Hare Krishna mantra will eventually surely will get the devotee association. Even if he is suppose not there right now, he will get it. More and more association devotees you will get it. If you sincerely chant, more you get association devotees, because that's how you can get engaged in devotion service more and more in association of devotees. So that's why Lord gives you association of devotees as a gift. And also Lord will give you knowledge of pure devotion, knowledge of devotional service. So you will get more and more aware of the potency and you will get the understanding of devotional service and you'll be able to get engaged more and more. Because you are asking for service to chanting Hari. So you will understand you get the knowledge of devotion service and you get engaged in devotion service more and more. And then also you get freed from all the sinful reactions for sure, because holy name is very powerful. And also you go back to Godhead then. So holy name takes you back to the spiritual world, the kingdom of God, like that. So okay, any reflection, final reflection, we can pause. Virat cannot say because he's driving, but others, Arya Prabhu, Srinivasan Prabhu, just quick one reflection and we'll pause it.
Hare Krishna, I have one reflection. I think when you said that we have to be very conscious and more mindful in our Krishna conscious journey. I think you said that it's like a small step, but I think in my experience, it's a very big step to be conscious, and it's actually very difficult to be conscious while doing. So I think it's a very big step and pretty hard to take on. So
Mm.
because in consciousness, you need like constant concentration.
Mm.
So that's very difficult and hard to master.
Yeah, but Prabhu, we can just like I understand, but what we can do is we can just give a reminder to ourselves, and then there'll be some moments where we'll have some, more absorption, more consciousness being absorbed like that. So we have to just take our baby step. I know it's a big step, but we have to take a baby step, whatever we could do. Mm. But as you said, yes, it's not so easy. It's challenging because our mind is so distracted. There's so many things going on. When Kirtan goes on, we are also going on. Even we may be leading, singing, even still you are not having thoughts on holy name. It's very much possible. That's our situation in Kali Yuga. We've got so many varieties of activities we have to do, and okay, I have to do this service, that service, so many things we were thinking about. But yeah, but we have to know that my Krishna consciousness is in present. Let me just be absorbed. Like right now, I'm hearing. So like we begin chanting now, Magyanta Virandasya. So now we just do it just to finish it, so we can start the class. So no, the chanting of holy name and chanting of this prayers has very great importance. So yeah, but that's why we are reminding ourselves, so that somewhere we start working on it. And we start working on it, Krishna will bless us more and more. Thank you, Hari Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Srinivasan Prabhu, what is your reflection? Because anyway we are doing it, so why not just be a little more mindful? That's the point. Anyway, Mangalarti goes on. Why not be just being more mindful? Why? Anyway, holy name we are chanting. Why not being more mindful? So that way. Anyway, we are doing service. Why not just being mindful? I'm doing it for Krishna. Anyway, I'm doing it. Yes, Srinivasan Prabhu.
This is good, Prabhuji. Thank you. And I didn't understand that. There is a progression actually when Srila Prabhupada says like Satatam, for that Satatam Nirantara.
Always,
Yeah, always,
regularly,
regularly and daily.
daily.
Like the reverse is the progression. You have to do daily, and then regularly, and then it will become always.
Yeah. I just connected it. That's what I understand. Because that's what it means, no, Satatam. Like Prabhupada says, daily attendance in Bhagavatam class. He says, Nityam Bhagavata Sevya, Prabhupada says daily attendance in Bhagavatam class. So Nityam can also mean just go on like Parichat Maharaj, Nityam, always. But if not daily, can be. Daily we can begin with.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Jagi Prabhu, you have something to say? Acha, you're saying before you did not understand, but now it makes sense to you. I think Srinivasan Prabhu, you're saying that, correct?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes.
Yeah, correct. Yes. Yes, Jagvir Prabhu. There's a proper purpose have to be deeply meditated. Many wonderful things you will understand. The proper purpose. So many secrets of devotional services there. Yes, Jagvir Prabhu. And Virat Prabhu, you have any reflection you want to share?
Hare Krishna,
Nothing,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Oops.
Yeah. Go ahead, Virat Prabhu.
I was just reflecting deeply on how to develop a very personal relationship with the Lord. When you were saying that Radhisham Prabhuji was thinking about you and how it made you feel, and I was just reflecting that
How great I felt, you said, no?
yeah,
Ah,
how you felt good and happy that
yeah,
Radhisham Prabhuji was thinking about you, and
yeah.
my reflection was like, oh, how would the Lord feel if I was thinking about him and if I was thinking about him more constantly, and then in which way to think about him. So when you drive, as you mentioned, when you're driving, or often I'm at work and it's hard to do any type of devotional service. So like I try to think about the Lord in my mind, or I try to have conversations with the Lord in my mind around non-devotee, other people who are working there. Um, so I'm just reflecting on how to like improve that and enhance that? And then how would that make the Lord feel? And then I was reflecting on just the idea of the Lord thinking about me, like which is like a very like new thought for me, like, oh, he's thinking about me. And then you mentioned like, oh, how can I protect, the Lord is thinking, how can I protect my devotee? That was a very like powerful sentence for me to I can't even imagine like the Lord like thinking about me and saying, oh, how can I look after him, or how can I protect him? I just found that very interesting, and I just need to reflect on it some more.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So Lord only has put this Maya Devi, to test us and all that, but Lord involves to even protect us from Maya. He is
Right.
personally involved because he understands that he wants to come back to me. So Maya is going to test us. Like examine, for example, let's say the teacher only appoints one monitor to set the paper and everything. And he sees there are some sincere fellows, so they should actually be facilitated. So teacher may help those fellows to actually pass those difficult questions put by the monitor. So he may
Right.
see how can I protect my kids not to fail in the exam. So he everything is under his control, but he still is thinking how can I help him, how can I assist him, like that. So Lord is very personal. Yeah, very good, Prabhu. Thank you for the
And like, and 2 days ago you gave us the acronym of death, and the first one was dovetail. And even I was thinking about it in this class, because like anything that happens in my life or our life, like I try to dovetail it into Krishna consciousness. Like if like something good or bad happens, I just think, oh, it's like Krishna's mercy, and it's been sanctioned by the Lord, so it was meant to happen for my best interest. So just not only thinking about the Lord, but thinking about how the daily things that are happening to me, how they are sanctioned by the Lord, also helps me think about the Lord more as well, rather than being upset about things that might have happened to me, or being happy with things that are happening to me. Just try to connect them to the Lord.
very good, amazing. That's very nice point. We have to always think that in remote in ultimate background the Lord is there. In whatever happens,
Right.
you know that. Like suppose I have a jhadu. With jhadu I put an ant, away. So ant will think, oh, this jhadu has troubled me, and then somebody may think, oh, a stick. Some bigger creature may think a stick is there behind the jhadu. Now the fellow will say, okay, the hand is there, but the real understanding the person is that I'm a person who I'm doing that with. Correct. So that ant may not have that understanding. That ant may not comprehend that
Mm.
I'm doing that. Same way, Lord actually is that ultimate who is holding that. And so many immediate things are there. One devotee or some non-devotee, so many people become instrument. But Lord is sanctioning it actually. And under sanction, a very good point that Lord is sanctioning. He may not be willingly doing it, things like that. He is not wanting you to suffer or something. But he sanctions it because we are adamant certain ways. So we have to learn our lessons. So Lord sanctions it that way. So that
Right.
is for our purification. Yes. So another class, I think I discussed that, smile formula. You remember? SMILE.
Oh, yes.
So that smile we discussed. The first thing was sanction only. Yeah.
Mm.
There's a very powerful introspection that anything what's happening in my life, if I can think of that, there is something good hidden here. I'm not able to appreciate it right now. In fact, I may doubt on the Lord is really working on me or not. What Lord is doing, something we doubt. But having faith that it's sanctioned by the Lord, so there is something hidden, you know, um, improvement or blessings or mercy which is there. So I may not be able to understand, but let me stick to Krishna consciousness. Let me, stick to devotion service. Let me take with Krishna consciousness more heartily and seriously. Keep that intention and go on in devotion service without getting discouraged, without getting bewildered. Know that Lord is sanctioning and everything is in control of the Lord. And I have only one duty to do is to enhance my devotional service more and more. So let me do that because that's the ultimate lesson what Lord wants to teach us through anything what is going to happen in our lives, right? So there's the ultimate intention of the Lord. So if you understand the intention of the Lord, you simply keep enhancing your devotional service in all good and bad times.
Mm.
You can see how this is connected to help me to enhance my devotional service. Like that you have to think. Because you know the intention of the Lord, and you're observing the current situation, what's happening. Now you don't know how that current situation, is actually why it is happening. You don't know, but you know the ultimate intention of the Lord. So just by knowing the ultimate intention of the Lord, you can take the impact in your life uh, as if to actually enhance your devotional service. No? That is the ultimate intention of the Lord. So if you do that, then you will able to see how truly that is everything happening in your life is the mercy of the Lord, because that truly helps you to become more and more absorbed in Krishna, because that's what the ultimate intention of the Lord. If you take in the right spirit, like if I correct somebody, if I chastise and scold someone, right? I have intention to benefit him. So if he catches my intention and then takes my act, then he can truly get benefited, right?
Right.
Because that's what my intention is. But somebody will say, but Prabhu, somebody else did something with me. He didn't have intention. He did not have the he may not have intention, but Lord has the intention. Why do you take it that way? So Lord has sanctioned it. So Lord intention is there. So you take it that way. You take it, how can I improve in my devotion? And then Lord will help you to understand how can you improve if you are curious that way. So to become curious and aligned to the intention of the Lord. And then you will see so many lessons you will get, how you can enhance and improve in your devotion. And you will become very much refined devotee. You will keep refining your devotion service then. Like that. Thank you, Virat Prabhu. Very powerful reflection. Very nice.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay, let us pause here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So please, I think somehow today's discussion went very good. Try to suggest me some titles, Virat Prabhu, and then you can put the title also when you share in the group today.
Oh, okay, Prabhu.